Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to LG Runs Wild. This is episode 7. It's our 7th week, and we're all back. Always happy to be here. I wanted to thank Moneywags for keeping us on time. We said 10:30, it's 10:44. We'll take 2 penalties, it's okay. Fatty can take both. Don't worry about it. We got it next time we play you.
Okay, anyway.
I mean, he's Seattle, and you want to help him out as much as you can, so you can take 2 penalties this week when you play.
Yeah, for sure.
Kazan, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
Not bad. I'm tired. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Long day. It's hot. It's humid right now for us, and right after work I had hockey tonight, so
There you go.
I'm tired.
A little worn out.
A little bit. It's been a long day. Fatty, what are you drinking, buddy?
Water.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
High quality H2O.
yeah. It's okay. I'm drinking sugar, so.
They've got some at our gas station here in town. They've got some caffeine water, and it's pretty nice.
Caffeine
Must say
water.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I don't-
Water with caffeine in
No.
it, dude. Epic.
nice. Isn't that like essentially coffee?
Yeah, but it's water.
What?
Jeez. All right. So we just finished week 5 in the CHL. I know you guys are, superior in the AHL with your 6-week season so far. It's trade.
Yeah.
It's trade deadline for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, trade deadline's
Look
this
forward
Sunday.
to that next week, Vatty.
Yeah, so it's actually, we're gonna knock on some wood here. Been pretty calm. Usually trade deadlines, you see a lot of movement. Like we've seen some, but not as much as normal, I guess one would say. A lot of teams seem to be holding in their place.
Okay.
Um,
It's quiet.
some
so
teams
far?
are, yeah, but I mean, some teams, and I guess I'll throw out Charlotte because it's the most, it's the biggest one, are getting stacked right now by their NHL team. So good for those boys, getting ready for a run. As far as like big trades in the AHL, there really hasn't been like that one that's like, oh damn, you know.
Really? I mean, it
So
is
still
only
waiting.
it's Thursday, right? So there's
Yeah.
still 3 days. So I guess there's plenty of time for it to bang.
Yeah, I'm expecting it probably to be Sunday, close to when the deadline actually closes,
Yeah.
when we're gonna see one that's just like, oh shit. So
All the parts.
yeah, how's CHL week been? Because your
Oh,
guys' trade deadline's next week, right?
yeah. Um,
Yep.
Vatty's made a few more trades. He traded away his favorite player.
I
Oh,
did.
boy.
Look,
My favorite player this season.
I need to know the mentality behind this trade. You trading away your best, like, your favorite player.
I mean, they wouldn't do it any other way. So
And it's a trade that you felt benefited the team.
proven
Obviously.
players for one player playing a position that he doesn't usually, excelling at it with a really good right wing, and then one player with at a 3.5 cap hit that's not performing to his abilities this season. I feel like,
Yeah. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
and with a
something
team
to-
that just went 2-7-1 in my last 10, like somebody's got to pick up their slack here.
Yeah. You guys are still out, right, of the playoffs?
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, but it's so weird because we're 10 points out of second place in the entire conference. So it
Really?
like doesn't feel,
Yeah.
yeah. And like we lost a ton of 1-goal games this week.
Let's take a
So,
look here. I
and
didn't
I'm
look at
that
the
psychopath that watches every game. So
I mean, to be honest, whenever my team is playing, if there's a stream, I'm watching the game. I'm at least, in the
Mhm.
back, like I'll be doing something. I'll be playing like Destiny, or I'll be playing NHL with somebody else, and I'll have it on in the background. Like,
Yeah.
And
We lost to Vancouver this week with 0.05 seconds
I
left.
did see that. That was kind of
Oh, that's
comical.
tough.
That was comical.
And ironically, Vancouver called up the D-man that took a step up
Yeah.
with 0.5 seconds left and left me on a 2-on-1. So have fun, Vancouver. Enjoy your playoffs.
Wait, did you trade him?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's probably coming. I mean, my track record this season.
Oh, Maddie, Maddie, Maddie.
Shout out to Moneywags though. He gave me my boy last week. So
There you go. As long as you're having fun, right?
yeah. I mean, I want to fucking make playoffs. I guaranteed it on the show last week, so I got to.
That's the difference
Yeah.
between you and Godly Hayes. Godly Hayes wanted to have fun and didn't care if you made playoffs. You actually care if you make playoffs.
Yeah, I live for this shit too much. My fiance would kill me if I didn't make playoffs. If I wasn't successful and I put in this much goddamn time and effort into this, she would be like, "Listen, you need to find other hobbies, honey." Which maybe
funny.
I do.
I
I'm
wanna
back in the CHL,
So,
Buck. I probably do.
oh, that's fair.
something
So,
I wanted
I
to
noticed
bring up.
that Danky's in the chat.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Hey, how's your trade battle going between you and Danky for most trades? I know recently, I think it was like you guys were one apart again, and you were ahead.
Hold on, let's call out Danky for something because he'll love this. Danky loves being the bad guy, so let's make Danky the bad guy. Danky spanked my team 7-2 this week on the back of KDev because he has to use RVs to be good.
Hey, I've had to play against a bunch of RVs this season too that are that's not okay.
Listen, my RV conversation, I have Brick and Gilly, okay? Let me tell you. My conversation with Gilly was I play right D now. Wait, Gilly, you never played D. Yeah, I play right D now. Do you want to play left wing? I need a left wing. I don't need a right D. Nope, not available. But if you need a right D, hit me up. That's my RVs. That's my RVs right there.
Oh, that's
honestly,
awesome.
honestly though, just the fact that Gilly said he's willing to play, take it. Just like that's
Take
a
it, the trim to the Pete's.
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
You'll get games in.
No, don't do that. Trade him to
I
Tri City.
no, Tri City and me are not on good terms right now. They pulled some like I don't know. There's a code, right? Like you just don't.
That's
I
fair.
don't know. It's like a respect level.
Yeah.
Once, yeah. I'm not happy with that the way that went down. But
Gazelle wanted to
Um,
say something. Gonna send it to.
Yeah, I did want to bring something up because I thought this was pretty awesome, especially for the CHL because this is pretty damn hard to do. There was a goalie this week that absolutely tore it the fuck up.
Trevor.
Yeah, fuck knows he's
Trevor.
on his team. It was Trevor. Dude went 6-0, ended the week with 2 shutouts, a 954 save percentage on 87 shots faced.
He let in 4
Point-
goals.
Yep, 0.59 goals against this week.
We beat Guelph 2-1 in double OT, like my line did.
It-
He faced 34 shots and allowed 1 goal. That night, he
Mhm.
allowed 59 shots and allowed 3 goals. Trevor is a fucking monster. And
Yeah.
what's funny is that, like, one of our TCs that got traded to us, who's a goalie, was like, what's the goaltender situation like? I'm like, well, our AGM is literally, the starting goalie. He's like, yeah, but his stats don't seem that good. Boom, Trevor does this.
I mean, even before he did this, he was having a good season. He was over 800. First
Yeah.
week 820, second week 796, third
Yeah.
week 790, fourth week 828. Like, how can you say those stats aren't that good?
I'm
Like,
pretty sure out of all goalies who've played over like 20 games, he's leading save percentage. He's wins everything. Like, dude's a monster this season.
yeah, I mean, this is NHL we're talking about. So this is a game in which you can get some shit scored on you, like EA goals hard. Just a pass that goes to the front, hits off four skates, and redirects to the left side and goes in.
There's a
So
reason
the
why I
fact,
stopped playing goalie.
so the fact that the guy faces 34 shots in one game and allows one goal is outstanding. Not only that, he then follows up the second game with 18 shots and one goal. And these weren't like crap teams you guys were playing. These are good
No, we
teams.
played Guelph's top line, and I'm pretty sure London's.
Yeah, like these are good teams too. So,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of those
and then
shots
we played Sudbury,
are
and
quality too.
that was just fun.
Yeah, the Sudbury game then I remember watching that game. I was like, "Whoa, this is very one-sided." I think you guys ended up with like 31 shots.
Oh yeah, we literally took our
Like,
frustrations out for the rest of the night on them. We should have had like 12 goals, and we only won 7-1. We were kind of a little bit, yeah.
yeah,
It
but I
wasn't
just
that
wanted
bad.
to take as a goalie myself, I wanted to give the guy a shout out.
Oh, big
Just
time.
because that's outstanding. That's awesome to see. So
I love my boy Trevor. He's such a good dude too. Like, if you're ever looking for a goalie, he's like almost always around. He's super chill. He's fun to play with. But like,
yeah,
like I'm on the team, and like so is McDonald. But like, there's Drags, who's the owner, who is like the face of the team, who like is super talkative, chirps a lot, all that fun shit. And then behind the scenes, you got Stealth, who's doing all the team stuff, like hiding while he's doing it. And he just like randomly shows up and pops things done. And then there's Trevin, who's literally just like the silent brick wall that just like he's always around, super fun to play with, and like just makes it almost always more fun to play with.
Wags. I heard his stats aren't that great though. He's joking around because of that comment. That was funny.
I'd like to see you do
Um,
better, Wags. I'd like to see you do better.
I mean, honestly, too, though, like this, again, it's really impressive, especially on the fact of like he did this in the CHL. Like, if you've played NHL, AHL, CHL, you know CHL sometimes the game can just get chaotic
Oh,
and
100%.
um, guys start running around, etc. Daddy, are you having a disco party over there? Like, what the hell?
I've noticed that his screen flashes like purple once
Yeah,
every like
like
30 seconds or something. It's stupid.
Oh,
it's but
sorry.
so
No, it's
no, you're fine.
hilarious.
I was just like, what the fuck is that? But I don't know. I think that's very impressive that he was able to do that, and you know, congrats to him. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, dude. I just want to say, I want to give a big ass shout out to Poopy Snoopy, aka I'm Heartless323, the owner of the Erie Otters. I don't know what the hell you did when your like GM and AGM got Ben, but like I don't know if just having Mookie as your GM like just made you have like an insane week, cause like confidence is all time high, or if you know you just it was a fluke. But like Erie went 7-1-1 this week, guys.
Nice.
Like Snoopy's been at the bottom, like just slightly above Peterborough to like avoid being like shit talked, like we shit talked Peterborough.
Mhm.
I'll get to Peterborough in a second though.
I was waiting for it.
But like he comes up and like they went 6-0 before Snoopy even played. Like Snoopy and Mookie played together on a line. And I was just astonished, like 7-1-1's not a bad week for that team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big turnaround from what they had previously throughout the season. It was definitely their best week.
Yeah. Okay. Peterborough now. There's a few things I want to say about Peterborough now. First of all, congrats to Snoopy for winning his first game of the season this week. And it was his only win. So he's out of the win list column. Which is leaving one manager left, and it's Mr. Dusty Glove himself. Goaltender,
He
2.25.
He still doesn't have a win?
He's 0-11, I believe. Not
Hold
no regulation win, or just regulation losses.
Stats up. You guys want
He
them?
is 0-11.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross. 0-11
It's so
with a 730 save percentage and a 4.86 GAA. He has not lost a game in overtime because his best performance, I believe, was this past week against Flint, and it was 2 goals and 16 shots. That's his only solid game, realistically.
Oh.
He has had
Hold
a
on.
very bad season.
Oh my goodness!
I
Imagine
didn't realize
going
how bad it
into
was until I just looked.
imagine going into a game being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let in 5 goals this game."
It just
Like
it,
that.
it hurts so much more because he's the
Wow.
payday GM. He's 2.25 mil for 0-11.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that.
I got one worse.
Oh no.
Pull it up. Stoopy might have done well this week for this reason alone.
Oh,
Just look at the chat. Pull those goalie stats up and
what?
Who
have
for
a
who?
serious.
What?
Wait, did it not
Okay,
pull it
I
up?
see. Yep, I see it here. Hold on, Blizz. All right, just take a look.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes. I know who you're talking
It's
about.
not an O. That's a O.
yeah. I mean, that's about as solid as my stats there.
I was gonna say it looks like a CHL Slow Gazelle, but
Yeah, I mean, well, that save percentage is much lower than mine, but as far as the wins are concerned, it's pretty close.
Oh man, though that's brutal.
Because was he 3-12-1? Let's see, my record is now.
Yeah.
My record now is 5-9-4.
Woo!
So, but he had a 719. I've got a 779.
He also had a 501.
really
don't-
sad as you look at his career stats in the CHL.
And is very similar.
Yeah,
No, it's actually pretty good. That's the crazy part.
that's tough.
Now, I do want to give a shout out to the boys in Everett. They went 9-0.
How'd they do this week?
9-0.
Oh wow,
That's Pedersen and Echo.
Patterson's a good dude.
I appreciate that laugh. Said no CHL Slow Gazelle slander.
Jeez.
I don't know why, but Danky's laughing at me. Maybe it was my reaction to the stats when I pulled them up
Oh,
or something. I'm not sure.
who knows? Yes, yeah, 9-0 week for Silver Tips. I know Mississauga ended their week with 6 wins.
9-0 week for the Silver Tips. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Rosard kid play, and he's disgusting.
There's a 9-0 team.
he was in the
A.
NHL.
Yeah,
Roser.
I just
yeah.
watched a game with him and John earlier this week, and that dude controlled the game. I think John's watching too, so
He
John
is.
can speak for it in the chat. But he I watched him on a penalty kill, and Rosart literally had the puck the entire penalty kill, and he wasn't ragging. It was insane.
You said there's a 9-0 team in the AHL too, Buck?
Yeah, there was a 9-0 team in the AHL this week too. I wonder what team
Oh, yeah?
it was.
I'm not sure.
Might have gotten carried by some ECUs there in Stockton Heat, huh?
Oh, yeah. I went 3-0.
You went 3-0 with 3 ECUs, and the ECUs lit up the lamp. Better than your own third line.
We only had 3 ECUs the last game. We had a player that was suspended for the week, and then we had an empty spot on the roster. So yeah, we had Bill Crosby on right wing and Metal Ghost on left wing. Nino was the center. He was brought in this last week on a trade. Congrats to the team on grabbing that guy, man. He's solid at center too. Really good player. Then we had a brand new left D and brand new right D as well. So
Jeez.
yep. Third line finally won some games to help the rest of the team out. We went 9-0. It's pretty awesome.
I was looking at like AHL standings tonight because like I said it's deadline. I want to see what like teams are doing, and like there's a couple like divisions that are just like super tight. Like East Atlantic is gross.
Yep. That Providence and Laval and Rochester, they've gained. Laval and Providence got a little bit of space on Rochester after this week, but those three teams have kind of been like flip flop
Well, I'm just looking
all
at like
season. So
the top four in that division. Like their last 10 are 7-3, 7-3, 7-3, 8-2. Like everyone's winning, and like they're not losing like any like stance in a race against each other. Like it's crazy. I mean, and then you look at the West Central. It's such a like a mediocre division. But like it's so close. Like there's 10 points from first to sixth in the division.
That's the same way with the Eastern North.
Yeah, I guess.
So like, the Eastern North is in the Western Central are pretty much identical in terms of like how they are, and then you got like the powerhouse Eastern Atlantic and then the powerhouse Western Pacific. So
yeah, your division is also a gauntlet division, but it's pretty much top 5 and that's it.
yeah, I mean, Ontario is they, as far as a team like with depth, like that's it. Like they've got the depth.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm
Their
on the,
third
I'm on the
line can.
Barracuda, man, and like I ECU'd this week and it wasn't pretty.
I'm looking at the Barracuda right now. What the hell happened to AT?
Don't get me started.
I literally just saw there I have a positive record. He's 4-11-4 with a -20.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not having the greatest season, that's for sure.
No, like I ECU'd and I went 1-1-1. They weren't pretty games. Like
yeah,
really tell from your voice, it was just a hell.
Oh man, we got torched by Coachella Valley. Like it was not a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
But so trade deadline this week for you guys. Next weekend for you guys, Batty.
We'll see. I don't know if I make a trade next week unless it's necessary.
Do you prefer that the CHL deadline is after the AHL deadline?
Do I or Gazelle?
Like both of you.
I don't know. Like I'm gonna like actually wow some people here, but like I actually prefer it, and at the same time, I find it very interesting. There's a dynamic happening with something else happening with the point standings and who's able to call people up and stuff, which I know we'll get into later. But I think that throws a weird spin on everything because there's a lot of CHL teams right now that like held DPs as like kind of like backups or they were like their extra that they would throw in a trade to get better. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot of DPs getting called up right now.
Yeah.
Because by the non-playoff teams because they have no other options.
Yeah, so they're calling up guys that they can actually call up because they're restricted from calling up anyone else.
Well, and here's the thing with that too, like these teams that are 10 plus out, like they don't have to be at roster size. Like they can carry 15 and just ECU if they want. Right? So some of them are calling up their DPs because it's their only option because they have to be at least 15 because they made some trades or something. Yeah. But another thing a lot of people don't seem to realize, and we've pinged the NHL teams about this and the AHL team, Shorty and I have, when rosters lock and waivers close, that includes DPs. Like they cannot be sent down after lock.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, because DPs technically don't go through waivers, right? So a lot of people seem to think like, oh, I'll get my DP back from this team that's not going to make playoffs, and I'll be fine.
Mhm.
Well, no, because isn't it? I think it's week 7 for you guys. Start of week 7. Your guys' roster's lock. Is that right, Buck?
I believe,
Right
yeah.
before week 7,
No, our
right?
roster's locked the Sunday of week 8, I believe.
Sunday of week 8, going
Because
into
that's when
yeah,
waiver
there it
deadline
is.
closes.
Yep. And so like with the AHL, like there may potentially be some send downs to the C that happen because of conditional waivers, which we'll touch on here in a little bit. But
That's all you.
yeah, yeah, I'll go through that because there's always a lot of questions with conditional waivers and how it works and all that. So it can kind of explain that. But
So painful.
yeah, like but as far as DPs, like if you guys think they're coming down because a team's not making the playoffs, don't plan on that because unless it happens through conditional waivers, they're not coming down.
Yeah. And, and like, I'm pretty sure, like, the conditional waivers thing is where, like, player must have played, like, 15 games in the CHL this season. So,
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I can just go through it now.
yeah.
So like for a player to be returned to the CHL through that period would be someone who has played the 15 games and qualify to go back down to finish out the CHL season. But conditional waivers in itself, basically how it works. Let's say I'm an AHL team. I have full roster capacity, so I'm at 17. Let's say an AHL team waives a guy, right? They waived him just before waivers locked, and this guy's sitting on waivers now. A lot of people's confusion is like, but if you waive them before that, they'll just automatically get sent down, which isn't the case. They actually still have to wait the 12 hours and
Yep.
go through that, and any team can place a claim on that player.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I'm at full roster capacity and I claim that guy. Well, that claim now puts me over. So now I have to waive someone in order to be roster compliant. And basically that'll keep happening until the last player finally clears.
Yeah.
And once that happens, conditional waivers is over, whether it's at the end point, which is, week 9, or let's say it happens 3 days after conditional waivers start, then conditional waivers is over.
Yeah.
It's not only DPs can be sent down or all this stuff. Now, again, we mentioned this, but DPs are the only ones that can still be called up by any team that's 10 plus points. So you have to be 11 points out of a playoff spot to not be eligible to call up guys from CHL unless they are a draft pick.
Yeah.
As far as like, let's say, and we saw this like a season or two ago with Dallas. Their NHL team was 10 plus out. They couldn't call up guys. And that also restricts NHL teams from calling up from their AHL teams too. Just so you guys know that.
Yeah.
But Dallas was 10 plus out. They ended up using their ECUs and ended up squeaking into the playoffs. So then they had to then call up.
Everyone.
Yeah, and teams that aren't at full capacity, that are playoff teams, they will have to call someone up because for playoffs you have to be at full roster
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah.
You have to be roster compliant. So
It sucks, but you gotta do it. You
Name of the
gotta
game.
do it.
yeah,
It's a way that makes lines work.
yeah,
You need
Yep.
to have lines done.
yeah, absolutely.
Vatty's quiet.
Yeah, he looks like he's a man with a thought. Like, what's your thought going on there, Vatty?
There's a lot of thoughts. I think conditional waivers is pretty cool, although question if teams could even call people up in those positions. But I do get it why they would. Being an excellent AHL owner of a shitty AHL team, people don't like ECUing for you. So
Fact.
even if it's not really as bad as it all seems, people will not ECU for you. And that's what a lot of people don't understand the CHL is they get people called up and they're like, well, they're a shit CHL team in week 3. Well, you have to remember that there's 6 more fucking weeks to play. So Um, I think it's gonna be interesting though, because like this is the first time I've seen DPS getting called up over like to make teams like eligible, like how like roster
Mm.
compliant. Vancouver just did it with 2 people. They're gonna have to do it again because Dictator just got banned. I didn't notice that. Shout out Dictator.
Woo!
Yeah, he got himself.
A cat.
Yeah, a CSC ban. Yeah,
Good guy too. Just kidding.
Oof.
they don't. I don't think they have to call
Right.
someone up. I'm pretty sure they're at 15.
I know that the funniest part of my day yesterday was I went to bed and I woke up to a notification that my D-man got called up, but Danky's D-man that's been on that team all season got sent down because he complained his way off. I think the DP thing's very interesting because I saw Kuzi got called up today from the
There's
CHL.
a
He's
few
been
guys
CHL
that got called
TC.
up today.
Yeah, like I
Mhm.
think it's interesting because I think it's gonna be utilized. Like DPs are gonna have much less value now in the future in the CHL than they do like this season.
Yeah.
When I used to own in the CHL, no, I never kept DPs ever.
And I try not to. Um,
It's tough.
it's it's as a returning manager though, it is like the one thing you can hold on to for 2 seasons and know their cap,
Yeah,
right? So like,
that's
but
just
it's
not.
so weird because this is a dead bidding pool. So like, it's an interesting dynamic, right? Because like the bidding pool is very quiet this season for AHL talent, as we've talked about previously.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, that means the draft was that much more important for AHL teams. I'm not saying the draft's useless, but when's the last time the draft was useful? Like for after pick 15 for the NHL.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is what I would really like to see happen. AHL separation from the NHL, so you don't see the stacking of teams
Yeah.
at deadline week, right?
Like Alpha X and all those boys getting sent down to Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a good example, right? That's a perfect example of it. But then,
Yeah.
like for the NHL, I think it should only be a one round draft because like this last season, for example, after about pick 8, I would say, none of those
So with
guys
pick
are gonna,
eight,
yeah, none of those guys are going to spend consecutive time in the NHL.
Yeah.
None of them. And it's not to knock those guys. Like they just it's just not going to happen. Now, majority of them are going to play a bunch of AHL. So, like if you have AHL separation, right, and then NHL does a single round draft, I think the AHL should get a 2 round draft. That's just something that I would like to see happen. You know, there's a lot of fine details that have to go into figuring out how all that stuff would work. I know it's not, realistic as far as like the sim league perspective, but I think there's just some aspects that we could improve on to make the league better, and like we're always spitballing ideas and stuff, and I know that's something that a lot of players have brought up too. Staff's brought up how they think the draft's too big, and players have, managers have, so it's definitely something that we've talked about, but
I think we look back at like what the NHL is like after round 2 and 3 in real life, even like, and you're not even running that
Yeah.
many. So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have for sure. I do.
did
Uh,
Patty just freeze?
Patty just froze.
Yeah, he did.
I do.
Yeah, he did.
Not frozen.
Now you're good, I think. There you go.
I
You might look at
do.
disgust.
I do.
I heard last I heard was I do.
I
I do. Yes.
do.
I do believe that like it's interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see what incentive is brought in over the next few seasons for owners in the NHL,
Yeah.
like incentivization and stuff like that. Um, Also, I'm just gonna say this right now: when your DPS get called up, I'm gonna see like the sea of complaints and the chats. I just can't wait for those personally.
Oh, those are the best. It's like, whoa, man, my DP guy got called up. It's like, it's not yours. You're renting him.
Yeah,
Like even our conversation today in our chat, I was like, Frogman got called up for me. I was like, listen, I don't really care either way, but I might as well look into it if it's legal or not. And then Roger was like, yeah. But I'm not throwing a fit.
No.
Hello.
yeah.
It's not that hard just to be like, all right, go about your day.
Yeah, and this is gonna sound really shitty because I kind of already mentioned it, but like when I used to manage back in the CHL, I wouldn't touch DPs. Like I'd have one RA, I'd throw them on the block and trade them. And the reason why I did that is because what Buck just said. You're renting that guy. Even if like you've talked to the AHL team and you said, "Hey, what's your plan with this guy?" "Oh, he's staying down." "Okay. Well, guess what? There's the NHL owner too. That's one trade away from a call up."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, technically, you can look at that from like amateurs and veterans too, but it's a lot more frequent with draft picks.
Yep. And
So,
Golden Aces did it to Flint last season, and Nate was pissed. He was like,
yeah, I mean,
traded for this guy, don't worry, we're not gonna call him up at all, like, no plans to. And Nate calls him up on, like, Sunday, and then, like, an hour later, just randomly called up to the AHL, and we're like, what? You just said you weren't gonna call him up. Nope.
yeah, it's because DPs traditionally, like, especially with the rework of their contracts now,
Yeah. They're worth
um,
it.
a lot more guys are 750K,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's your base level contract for a lot of those guys that you'll see in those call up situations where the AHL team they're currently on um, didn't have plans to use them, but they're working out a trade, and this other team's like, "Well, I want this guy. Like, what's your plans with him?" They're like, "Well, we're not using him." And then let's say they really want a guy from that team, they're gonna throw him in to
Mm-hmm.
get what they want. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You see it every season, and then the CHL guy's pissed or because they're like, well, they said they were staying down all season. That's why I'm so upset about this. And it's like, well, I mean, things change week to week.
Oh,
You know,
100%.
I highly doubt they're like, oh, the CHL owner thinks that this guy's staying there. Ha, 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 let's go screw him. No, they did what anybody would do. They had a trade opportunity. That piece was required in it to get what they wanted, and they moved it. And the guy gets called up.
Yeah.
But that's why I never personally relied on a draft pick when I managed in the C. So that's my food for thought on it.
I'm gonna just touch on chat here. Hobo, you can go back to your movie all you want, but we don't need to hurry up so that Vadi can continue to make trades. He literally made a trade on the show last week, so
Oh yeah,
Because I'm not giving them enough comms, apparently.
oh, it's okay. Do you need a cookie there, Hobo?
To know is I'm messaging owners and managers like
Like,
as I'm on show.
oh
so.
yeah, like this guy's got dedication. Don't worry about it.
No, so-
I think Hobo's.
Hobo hates me.
I'm pretty sure Hobo's the reason you're at the bottom of the division.
Yeah.
Ah, he's not the only part. I'm not helpful either there.
Ah, yeah, I know.
yeah, I know. That's awesome.
So tell us a little bit about your background there, Gazelle.
My unicorn.
Yes, sir.
You like it?
I do. It's very majestic. Majestic
Yeah,
Gazelle.
it's as majestic as a slow gazelle. You know, rarely seen. But yeah, that's wanted to keep it fresh, a little something extra. Rock the American flag for a bit.
I've seen that little sparkle. That's what happens when I look at you, Gazelle. That sparkle at the tip.
But
You like
Moneywag says, looks like those binders all those kids had in middle school. Oh hell yeah,
accurate
in the
as
folders.
fuck. Accurate as fuck. Like hardcore. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's more majestic than Sexy Cow though.
I gave a really good sexy cow
You did.
after the show ended
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
that
last week.
just to
yes,
yes, that was great. Oh,
yes,
I
you
man.
stood
did.
up and did a little dance.
Oh yeah,
You did indeed.
He did. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I'll do it if Hobo stays in the chat for the
Oh.
rest of the night. I'll
Oh,
do it.
Hobo, it's worth it. It's worth it. Do it for the vine. Do it for the vine.
For the vine?
Do it for the vine.
Oh my God, Trapper Keepers. That's right.
Oh man. You got the the dad bod shirt. I mean,
Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I guess the next thing I kind of wanted to touch on, because I've gotten a lot of questions about it. I even had some CHL owners message me with questions about it. The 10+ point rule, like
Oh.
why is it there?
yeah.
So that became a thing. I believe it was season 38 was its first implementation,
Yep.
and the reason for that rule was to protect CHL and AHL teams, because what was happening is these teams that had no shot at the playoffs were calling up, obviously like anyone would do, you're going to call up the best player you have available, and so they're calling up the best players they had available off of these rosters that were true playoff contenders in the league in which they were, whether it be CHL or AHL. And it wasn't like a one-off situation. It was consistently happening, because they would, trade away a guy that didn't want to be there, moved him to a team he wanted to be. They're left with an open roster spot, so they're going to call up the best guy they have available. Well, to protect the integrity of the league, that's why that rule became a thing. And some guys don't understand it. They think it's unfair.
Yeah.
Well, how am I supposed to come back from this? Well, I mean, you could still ECU those guys.
Yeah. Just use them as ECUs if you can't call
Like
them
you've
up.
got tons of ECU options.
Right.
That's what you can do to use them.
I will call out CHL owners and managers though that promote you not to join the AHL and NHL Discord.
Yeah.
Because that is another issue. And then, so like those teams that actually try to engage their TCs and they need a TC like the AHL does,
Mm.
if the people aren't there, then
Yeah. My
you have to force it.
The Barracudas
Here's the
is silent.
thing. Here's the thing too. I don't think managers realize that by saying that, like if that were to be submitted as an AC, like that's conduct unbecoming.
Oh, 100% it is.
That's a form of conduct unbecoming.
Yep.
Right? Especially as a manager, because you're held to a higher standard. That'd be no different than if an AHL manager said, just don't play for your CHL team, or tell them you don't want to play, or
Sorry, that's fine.
whatever it may be. Like that's a form of conduct unbecoming. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be trying to influence a player from being seen by an upper level just because you want to keep them. Like that's shitty in my opinion. Because your goal as a CHL manager, obviously you want to win. Everybody wants to win. But at the end of the day, like if one of your guys has done well enough to be called up, like you should take some pride in that, because like you helped make that possible, right? So I don't know. That's my insights on it, but I can definitely assure you, I'm sure if that came across Buck's desk,
Yeah.
that would be a conduct unbecoming for sure.
Yeah. What I have seen this evening was what PSN is doing, like PSN CHL, like what they announced is that like, say the team is 10 or like in the playoff race, so they can call players up. If they call a guy up and then trade him to a team that is in the 10 or below and like not eligible to call up, the trade gets reversed.
Yep, and those managers can actually face suspension for that.
Yeah, that's
so CHL, AHL guys out there, if you see that happen, message, send a site PM. CHL guys, send it to CHL staff, and you can include myself and Shorty on it.
yeah.
And we'll handle it from there. But yeah, that's a good point, Buck.
Yeah, I saw that today and I was like, I don't know if we're doing that, but that's a hella good idea.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. I'm not sure if I included it in the update I
I
posted for
don't
the
think
CHL
so.
channel. Um, but yeah, that's could probably add that in there because that's definitely part of it.
Okay. Yeah, because like that's pretty solid. Like I'm on the Barracuda and like at least I'm in the TC part of it, but like it's quiet and like they normally ever really ask for anyone is if it's like super necessary.
Mm,
I mean, that's the thing though, is it's also on the management to keep a TC active and like.
Right?
And I feel
yeah,
like that really gets away from people in the AHL and the NHL.
Yeah.
NHL really it doesn't have to worry about it, but that has its whole other challenges to it. But the AHL, I mean,
Yeah.
hell, you should know what's going on.
well, I mean, our team plays with TCs all the time. Like they'll post in um we have it's called the general section, so literally everybody's in that section, NHL all the way down,
Yeah.
and even NHL guys will post in there and they'll play with whoever. Like
Hmm.
some teams are like that, and some unfortunately aren't. But
Is Calgary even good this season? I haven't looked.
they're a fringe playoff. Last I saw,
Yeah, they're 1 point out.
they're 1 point out now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
they're a point behind the Blackhawks.
gotcha. Yeah, um, I don't know. Vibes are pretty chill in the Calgary Discord. So
That's good. You never. I mean, I've been on some bad teams, but
mm,
like, what? I've been on good teams too, but like, I've been on bad teams with good discords, and I've been on bad teams with
yeah,
like, dog discords. Like, it's
yeah,
bad. I've also been on good teams with really bad discords. And it's like, how does this work?
yeah. It's it definitely varies based on your management.
Oh,
I
100%.
think like some managers are really good about keeping an active TC and playing with everybody, and like Vatty said, then there's some that are just they just don't, and it's on them. And at the end of the day, when they need an ECU and can't find one, I mean it's their fault.
Yeah. Fatty, you made a trade last week on the show. I'm still waiting for one. Come on. What's taking
I'm
you
working
so
on it.
long?
I got two things in the works right now. I'm still waiting on it. I do want to touch on this. So Wicked. Well, one thing Wicked said in the Twitch Discord was, don't join the NHL AHL Discord because they're in last place. Example, the Avalanche
Oh my
Discord.
god.
I
Isn't the
get being.
Avalanche Discord like public? Because it was posted in the forums?
But does someone not know how to take down their invites?
Jeez.
Who's? Oh, it's Hughes.
Yeah. Hughes is the owner.
He's got stiff though, yeah, right? That always makes you better. He's actually got some pretty good players.
I think I don't know. I've only heard really bad things about them, but they're not even in last place, so
This team's not even that bad. 21, 29, and 5. They just don't have a second or third line. That's what it looks like.
I mean that's because they just don't have players.
You're talking about Colorado?
They have like
Yeah, they
13
have.
players.
Yeah.
They're
Hold
like
on, sorry.
they're down roster right now. They're like at 13 guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
Hey, Hughes, what were you gonna do? I see you in the chat. What were you gonna do with the first round picks, buddy?
Especially your first round pick, because like that's still a high enough pick.
they're exactly at 10 points from a playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that team's kind of like all over the place. Like, the chat seems to hate them. The community seems to hate them. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't follow the NHL. I don't care anymore for the N and the AL that much, but I go talk about them because I can. It just, but like, why?
Who is Hughes? That's what I'm wondering. Do I know him?
Hughes owned the Bakersfield Condors last season in the AHL.
Oh,
They finished first in their conference last season, and then he moved up and took Colorado this season.
I just
that's the issue.
he's a
I
move
feel
up
for you, buddy.
owner. Didn't he ban
I
someone
feel
like?
for you.
Didn't he ban someone like 2 hours after bidding ended?
He actually was during bidding, and it was what's his name? Hughes, help me out here, bud. Uh, the guy just came off the cap band, Gents.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's Gents.
refusal or something. He just got another
Yeah.
cap.
Veds, this is just an LG show, so NHL, AHL, and CHL, not league specific.
It's not league specific, but we talk mostly CHL just because that's what the, that's how we started off at. It's kind of our base.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, it was Gents that he banned right off the bat, and I mean not because Hughes did anything wrong, but
No.
I mean he had a guy come in that was unhappy that he went to a team he didn't want to go to. He was wanting to play with buddies, and I mean clear cut was refusal.
I still don't get the
So
people that just want to play LG with their friends. Like I get it, but like there's other ways to do
there's
that.
there's esports for that.
There's
Like
esports
I
for
mean
that.
yes,
If you don't want to play that sort of competitive hockey, just play club. Go join a banana league. Like
here's the thing too though, like I mean you sign up on LG knowing like you have to play wherever you go.
yeah,
Like does everybody want to play with friends in a perfect world? Yeah. I mean that's why esports is there. Is it great to end up on a team with friends on it in LG? Hell yeah, dude. Tons of fun. But at the end of the day, if you don't, like guess what? Here's an opportunity to meet new people,
yeah.
make new connections. Like that's also an aspect of fun, playing with guys you normally wouldn't.
See, like that's
I
what's
mean,
been
I'm
fun for me.
exactly like I've met so many people in LG, like that people I probably would not like, not
Oh
probably,
yeah,
I definitely never would have met, had the league not been the way it is. So
Yeah.
like straight
I don't
up
know.
though. Like I'm enjoying playing where I'm playing because I'm playing with friends.
mhm.
But like I play in the show box. I join like sometimes I play with like the TC guys from the TC Discord like when they're gathering and they need a body, and like I'll suck it up and take a 10-2 loss if I match up against an NHL squad. And like sure it
Yeah,
annoys the shit out of me and losing because I'm competitive, but I'll play with anyone. Like I think that's what's been like super fun as a commissioner because I'm just like actively involved with playing with anyone. I don't really care.
yeah.
There's a few guys I'm just like nope, nope. I have like there's days where I'm just like I'm better than that. I don't want to do that, and I have a little bit of an ego, but like most days I'm just like you know what I'll play for whoever. I just want to play.
I think that's also what makes both of you great as great commissioners, though. Not that I'm trying to suck your dick or anything.
That's a
Um,
COC violation.
No, no, no. No, that's not.
His face
But
was just like
yeah, no, it's not.
um, I
continue.
really just think you guys keep it level with the community and stuff, and I think that's why you guys excel at your positions. Really, I mean, like you you play in the leagues you guys commission, and you, you don't bias yourselves. You try to meet everybody and get your name. I
That's
think it's
how I
beneficial
get to
to
know
all of you
people.
guys. Yeah,
Like I'm very active in the chat, speak and like not just like the management chat. I'm active in Five for Costing a lot of well, not as much as I used to be
Mm.
anymore, but like I'm very active in No Thumbs chat. Our chat in our Discord, which by the way is public, and we can bump those threads for people. But I mean, we're as engaged as we can be because it's not very talkative yet. But we'll get there. I mean, we're over 60 people, I think now.
I mean, it's just hard. I think all of us have not only the show, but I have a manager, a very active manager, um, and you guys are very active as commissioner and deputy commissioner. So I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean,
it
people
takes a
tag us
village.
in there. We'll respond and stuff. And sure, I mean, we can bring up topics and things, and it'll get more active as time goes. But like we have our show suggestions channel in there for you guys. So like if you have anything you want us to talk about on the next show in there,
Yeah.
that's what that's for. And um, it's nice that I think we're at like 67 something around there right
Hey,
now,
oh,
just
there we
under
go.
70. I know that. So um, it's it'll build up and over time, and it's great to see. There's some people that have joined that I've never actually interacted with before. Uh, so look forward to meeting new people through there as well.
And seriously, reach out via message if you guys have questions or
Yeah.
like you just want to chat, give your input privately, whatever. I mean, we've had a pretty solid outpouring of positivity from this stupid little show that we do.
Oh,
This show's great. What up, Sweet Lou? I see you in the chat there. Tiny is Vatty, just so you do know. He said two of my favorite Algiers. Feel like I gotta get to know Tiny now. Well, I'm pretty sure you
thanks, though.
already know Vatty, unless you were not talking about me at
You
all.
know me quite well.
There we go.
The three of my, yeah,
Like
he does
that.
Batty,
Yeah,
yeah.
there we go. But like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm excited to see? I'm going on vacation. Like, I'm going out west to Alberta. Right at trade deadline. Like, Sunday, trade deadline's done. I leave first thing Monday morning at like 5 a.m. and I'm driving out west. It's like a 5-day drive for where I'm going. I'm gone for 2 full weeks. And
Holy shit.
like I'm not checking Discord because I'm driving like 12-hour days. So like I'll check my Discord at like end of the night and like that's it. And I'm going to bed and then gotta get up early again, drive again like another 12, 14-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
Facetti's in charge.
Facetti's church. The fat set.
Never mind. Don't want to make playoffs. Can I
So,
can I bow out
the
early?
best part is I come back the day playoffs start. Like
There you go.
I can play like one day week 7 and then week 8 I'm on IR and then playoffs start. So like I can't even get to like 20 wins this season. I'm killing it with Brody and they can get over 20 and I won't be able to because I can only play 21 games and I've lost 2.
Buck, you got a
Oh,
question there from the chat from OTF Matthews. He's asking if you're from Flint because of your banner.
oh,
So you
so
might want to
I
explain
can
that.
talk about that. I actually have a hat right beside it that's like right here. You just can't see it really well. Last season I was playing on the Flint Firebirds, and my owner, Innate Gaming, super nice guy, bought me a bunch of merch. So he got me the banner, he got me the hat. Up here, the Vuvuzela is a Flint Vuvuzela. I got a cowbell and like a coffee thermos, and like I use the coffee thermos every day at work. Like it's great. So I played
Yeah.
for the Firebirds last season in like season 41 before I got traded to Portland. I went to the Dam Cup.
Without a third line.
Yeah, imagine that
Yeah.
going 0-8 and still making the Mem Cup finals and only scoring 7 goals in those 8 games.
Hey, we saw that happen for the Calder. GRG that one season, their third line didn't win, and they won the Calder.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
wanna
was
know what
really
makes me
hoping
throw up
I
in my
was,
mouth is that Darth won the won the Calder that way.
was
Yeah.
and
Makes
like
me
I
throw
was really really hoping that's how we were gonna win it too, and I was like, but I felt so bad for Chicken because he's such a good dude, and like he was literally handicapped by our third line not being able to produce offensively because like every game was tight that line played, but we just didn't score. Like averaged 0.88 goals for per game and was like averaging like 2.1 against.
I felt bad watching those Mem Cup games for you
Oh,
and Chicken. Honestly, it was just
and
Yeah.
of course those were the games where we
I
My
mean,
management made
Oshawa,
such bad choices going into.
yeah,
We had availability issues, but like my management made some bad
Oshawa
choices.
definitely like dominated the finals. Um, that was I thought it was gonna be a lot closer series than it turned out to be.
So did I, but we're gonna put our third line center who hasn't won a game, who needs a map, with our second line who hasn't lost a game because they're fucking good. And instead of putting our first line center who also hasn't lost a game and lost one game all season, woo! Go instead of going 2-0 to start the series, go down 0-2 with, the second line that's 0-8. Luke.
Hmm. And that's a tough. That Oshawa team had
Good.
some depth. They were really good. So when you go down 2-0 against a team like that, you're gonna have a tough time clawing your way back,
They had two
regardless.
super good goalies too. They had Sogi and they had S Dub.
Yeah, QNP.
QNPS Dub, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good goalie too.
Um,
Yeah. Let's see. Hughes. How bad does a team have to be for the owner to not get the same team next season?
can you go talk to Godly Hayes? Because I'm sure he'd be able to
Thank
give
you.
you the options and all the criteria that isn't listed.
He had
Thank
like
you
a
for not mentioning me in my NHL days.
he had like a 3-season thing there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. On a side note, do you know how happy I was to not see any of my NHL teams and that thing that Johnny did, the worst teams?
Oh, like the top
I was
tens
like,
of
yes,
all the
yes,
worst.
not the
Yeah.
worst NHL owner of all time.
I know none of my team. I was like, I was an NHL owner for one season, season 35 Islanders, first in the league after week one, dead last at the end of the season.
It's still not as bad as that Anaheim team I ran
Oh God, no.
out of a mental hospital.
God,
Yeah,
that
but
story that was mind blowing.
yes, it was.
Sorry,
I was like, what?
I got stories for days. Like
Oh
I
man,
need
that's
to
what
like
LG
collaborate
does.
them and just like have a whole
We need to bring back
show.
like all the old guys from like back in the day for one like get together and like just talk about like the old days in LG. Like the guys that don't play anymore, like I cheap.
Yes.
Like
You guys just sitting around on oh, we've got an ad break on the channel actually right now. It's
oh,
crazy.
another ad
I
break.
okay. Let's talk about that real quick
Yeah.
while this is happening. That I feel that Twitch doing that really pisses me off.
It's so much more than it used to be. It'd be like at the start and maybe like an hour and a half in. Now it's like every 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. It's forced ad breaks, and they're literally like 5 15-second ads.
Yeah.
So you got a minute and 15 of ads.
Yeah. Johnny was. I saw it last week on our show. Johnny was like, I'm loving the show. I'm loving the show. And he's like, shit, I got an ad break. And then he's like, I was gone for 5 minutes because the ads I come back and they're talking about a completely different subject. Like the ad,
Yeah.
I hate ads.
I get like
Yeah,
the
well,
whole like monetizing thing, but like
I don't like that it's
go
forced.
yeah.
Like I get like subscribers don't see them, but like unless I shouldn't have to be running ads. I get like when you first enter
Yeah, that's
the
it. It should be
chat,
that.
like that's fine. But other than that, I should choose like when the ads come up.
Especially if you're
Yeah,
a
it's
streamer.
different. It's different for everybody. Wicked. Like it's just it happens like after you've been in the stream for so long. It's something that pops up. So that I just wanted to bring that up in case anybody else was seeing them.
Oh,
Like it's
Facetti's
just
here.
yeah, it's just so it's so silly to me that Twitch would implement that. Like that's just dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, my rant's over about ads. That just irritated me when
Facetti's
I
here
saw
and he
that pop
literally
up.
said hashtag conspiracy. I'm just scared that I come back like the Sunday. I come back on a Sunday and it's like the night of like round one for our playoffs, and I'm just scared I'm gonna come back and the CHL's on fire, and I'm gonna be the dude like the cartoon meme that's like sitting in a bunch of fire, and it's like this is fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
Hobo still watching the show.
Is he?
I will do the dance since you are still here.
Oh, let's go. Gazelle subscribe with Prime. Atta boy.
Yeah, that just reminded me after seeing those ads that I needed to get that done.
Oh, yes. We were talking about for next season that we were gonna do our actual own Twitch for the show.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So some ideas that we had spitballed was obviously creating a channel specifically for the show, and then we tossed around the idea of like any proceeds, like subscriptions, stuff like that, that came in, we would, whenever the payout happens, we would maybe like, I think Buck, would we say like throw up like a vote and like people could vote for a charity that we donated to
So
or
we would
something like that.
we'd each choose like one charity each, and we would like get the community to vote for which charity that we donate it to.
Yeah, like something like that I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
So like we do this content for you guys like it so much, you guys, subscribe, do bits, all that stuff, and then we give it all back to people who actually need it. Whether it's
Yeah,
I like that a lot, yeah.
like whether it's for example the Humane Society or like the Cancer Foundation or something with disabilities, like
options are endless.
100%.
Yeah, so I think that
We could do a charity stream for Dusty Glove to get thumbs.
Out of nowhere.
oh god, that's awesome.
Vanny with the RKO.
LG website needs 2-factor authentication. That would be dope.
That would be dope.
That's definitely a Triss thing. But yeah, I would not hate to see that. That's for sure.
Thank you for cheering, bitch. John Payne, 15 woofs.
Let's go.
Muffs. Chunk, come here.
Oh, we need to see the chunk. Let's go. We need the
Where
chunk.
is he? Come here, buddy.
Oh god, dude, that dog is so
Buddy,
awesome.
come get that dog. Come get the boy, the ham hock.
I do agree that the LG site should have 2-factor authentication because it only allows one account per phone at that point. Because
Yeah.
So second tagging would be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, that's why with Discord, I have 2-factor authentication on.
Oh, I
Makes
have
your
it
Discord a
on
lot harder to get hacked.
Discord, Twitch, and
Everything,
something
yeah.
else. I have it on 3 things.
Yeah, I have it on
Everybody.
everything.
Oh, there's the
Really
chunk. Here he comes.
Get under
Oh.
the desk.
How long before Facetti gets the first bog ban?
Oh. Is Facetti
well-
banned?
All my socials are 2-factored for me.
This,
I think Hawksfan
look at
beat
the
you to the
chunk.
bog ban.
Look at the
He's a
chunk.
baby.
Dude, he's a
Oh, yeah.
stud.
Yes, hold on. We're hardworking men here. Type. Oh, shit, don't turn it off.
Type.
Dude, just
Oh
a
shit!
big
Don't turn it on.
meatball. I love it.
So, Facetti kind of had a bit of an ego this week, and he went off on his team and was done with Kelowna. And what does this guy do? He gets traded to good old Sudbury, back with Papa Crafty and Habsy. Facetti's going home, boys.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Hey, look at that. John cheered 37 more woofs. Atta boy,
Hey, yo.
John.
John Payne. What a legendary
Guy.
human being
Class
that
act.
guy is.
What a great guy.
Yeah,
That's a
very good
That's
guy.
a great amount of bits to cheer.
I like the
Third.
random odd number.
Hey, thank you for the subscription, Medusa. That's what's up. But no, do you think you guys win your division, Gazelle? Do you think with your 5 wins you can help your team win the division? More importantly,
I'm gonna need a hell of a lot more than 5 wins.
you've got what?
to help
9 more games.
team. Yeah, so what, we got 3 weeks left. So yeah, I've got 9 games left.
So
I
you
would
could
pretty much
all
have to go
you'd go 500.
9-0. Yeah, yeah, pretty
Do
much.
it.
But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Like we've got like our division, and like our division alone, like we've got Ontario, Bakersfield,
I know.
Henderson, right? And then Coachella like is
Coachella's
also a pretty
good.
damn good team.
They're
Like
good.
they're a pretty solid team. So like I mean just those 5 teams, like 4 other teams alone, like I know Ontario's sitting on top right now with a 6 point lead. And I just don't see that team consecutively dropping games, but anything can happen. That's why we play the game. But with their depth and like the way they play the game, I think they're gonna win our division, which would also result in the conference because the the next so the Moose right now, Manitoba, just to
Yeah.
put this in perspective, are technically in second place because they're leading the other division. They have 64 points.
Yeah.
If that leader of that division was in our division, they would be in fifth place.
Sixth.
So is it sixth? Yeah,
Sixth.
sorry, sixth place. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, misspoke. Yeah, they would be in sixth place if they were in our division.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
It's
I mean,
similar in the Eastern Conference though. Like Lehigh is 68 points, but that would put them in sixth as well in the Eastern Atlantic.
yeah.
Like
So,
that's wild.
like Ontario, like they're just a really good team, and I think that right now they are the most well-rounded team in the AHL.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, like,
that's
I'm
my
just looking at
personal
like
opinion.
the way that the divisions are and like the playoff race, and it goes like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 7, 8, and then 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 7, 8.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's kind of, but see, this is the good thing that the AHL implemented a while ago because before it
It's just
was
top four
the
per
top
division.
four, right? And now it's not. So
It's the ECHL format, which is top eight.
exactly. Yep, exactly.
Well,
So I
top
think
eight.
that's a good thing because teams that wouldn't have got in like years ago are getting in because they should.
It's
You
also
know, like
why I changed the WHL format from
yeah,
the NHL version of the fucking 3-3-2.
hmm yeah.
That's the worst.
Smoke, man. That's a good story, dude. Good job, Smoke. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I didn't really have much else to talk about tonight. But I do want to thank everyone for tuning in and coming on as soon as it was promoted after Isles Gaming Tour was done. So
Yeah. Do we have any last questions from the chat? Like stuff that maybe you guys want to
yeah,
bring up? We got a couple of minutes, I guess we can hang out. Maybe Vatty can do the cow dance for us or
yeah.
something.
Phobos, if
You have
Hobo,
to do the cow dance.
we need to see the sexy cow.
I sign off that way.
Let's see. Gazelle, what should I play next season?
You shouldn't.
Facchetti, no, you should go back to goalie. Figure it out, Facchetti.
Facchetti needs to learn how to goalie before he can go back to goalie.
Takes on the PSN leagues.
Honestly, okay, I can talk about
Maybe.
PSN. I'm just saying hot takes. I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, when I played PSN, I enjoyed myself. I think the NHL was fun for me because I was in it on Xbox at the time. Like the talent level at the end is pretty much the same on both levels. It just on Xbox there's just more depth of top players than there is on the PlayStation side. So like once you get to the AHL, like there's like 2, 3 good teams, like all good players, but then like it's like a hardcore drop off, and like the CHL is just a gong show.
Is it? See, I signed up. I RAV'd PSN last season, and I got uh, assigned to my first ever MJ team. Never
Right.
played in the queue before. Still
Oh.
haven't played in the queue, but got RA'd to the Screaming Eagles, and then AHL, NHL org. I got RA'd to Dallas, and they were not a very good team, and they struggled to not forfeit games because of that. And one night, I keep this in mind. I hadn't played a single PSN game, so I'm a level 1 with nothing. And they're like, we need a ECU, and I thought like he said ECU G because it was purple, and I couldn't really see it because of the color in Discord. So he said G here, and he's like, well, we need a center, and I was like, oh yeah, that ain't me, bro. It's like, that ain't me. And he's like, no, he's like, seriously, he's like, if you can play, please, because otherwise we're gonna forfeit. And so I actually got my first LG non-WJC goal in LG history on PSN. I got a goal.
Ayo.
Yeah, but it was definitely an interesting experience. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the hell out of the layout of the PlayStation
Oh
controller.
my god, I know. I really want to
It's
buy an
god-awful.
I really want to buy an adapter if I ever go back to playing
Oh,
the PlayStation
I didn't.
that's in my closet.
I ordered a controller. It's a PlayStation controller, but it's laid out like the Xbox.
Yes.
I ordered one of those off Amazon.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I could like just like the way that it made my thumbs feel so uncomfortable. I've
Because
got like
they're so
look,
close.
I've got small sausage fat fingers, okay? Like I don't got big hands, I got fat hands.
Yeah.
And so it's like for my thumbs it's weird. I was just like this sucks.
I used to like playing PlayStation back in like PS2 days when I was like a kid, because the controller fit better and like the joysticks made sense, because the games that I played on PlayStation back then were like Need for Speed,
Yes.
like Underground, Hot Pursuit, like all those ones. I played that on PlayStation. I played Kingdom Hearts on PlayStation. Like I didn't play
Yeah.
many sports games back then. It was all like the fun racing games and like fighting games.
Yeah.
But like now, I like the PS5 controller. It feels
Yeah, that's
better.
nice.
It's not like the joysticks are still annoying because they're together, but like it's the same size as the Xbox One controller,
Mm,
like the Series controller. It's all the same size now, but like it's
Yeah.
the same size. It just the joysticks are in the wrong spot.
yeah. The PS5 controller is nicer. It fits. I don't think it's nicer than the Xbox controller personally. I prefer the layout of the Xbox controller, but it is much better than the PS4 controller. That's for sure.
Like, I almost wish like I had the layout of the Xbox controller, but on the PS5 controller. I just it's so much sleeker. It looks so much nicer. The
It does look
controller
nice.
itself is really nice.
I will also say that PlayStation's controller is a hell of a lot more durable than
Yes,
Xbox.
yes,
Like
yes.
I'm not even gonna like this is no bullshit. I could probably pull out a bag that's in my closet right now of Xbox controllers that are all broken the same way, all from playing Chell.
Stick
Left
drift?
stick. No, not even just stick drift. Like from clicking the left stick in,
Oh yeah.
just it breaks. Like
Yep.
top right, it always breaks there, and then it gets stuck, and then your stick's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like
I I deal with it on one of my controllers, and it sucks because like as a goalie, like I have stick drift, so like
yeah.
I'll be standing there and I'll be like at the other end of the ice,
Mhm.
and then the puck will start
Yeah.
coming down, and I'm like 3 feet to the right of the net, and I'm like, I don't even have my controller in my hands, and then I like have to like shuffle over and they shoot it, and it's like my goalie does a weird animation because I was sliding across to make get back in
Oh,
net.
dude, I got
Ah.
so pissed off. We were playing a club game. This is last year, and I had my Elite controller. I only had it at this point for like 6 months, and I was zoomed up watching the play, and a guy ripped a slapper from the other end, and I zoomed back, and my goalie's in the left corner, and it just goes in. It's like, what the fuck? That's how I found out my Elite controller had stick drift.
Yeah,
Because I was like, as I was playing, I was like, man, this just feels really weird, you know.
yeah.
But
No, off.
Like, dude, I was so mad. Like, I had that controller for 6 months and I didn't use it. Like, I remapped it so you didn't have to click the stick in even.
Yeah.
And it still got that. And I was just like,
It's-
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, like, oh.
I'm just always out of position, so it doesn't matter.
It's just it's hard, especially as a especially as a goalie though. It's hard because like sometimes like you move across and like you set for a position, and like you know the guy's not able to shoot, and then suddenly your goalie's sliding forward, and
Yeah.
they shoot it and it goes like top corner because your goalie's moving. And he's like, "Whoa!"
Right? That shit pissed me
and
off.
then they're just like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, I didn't do fucking anything. I legit have stick drift. I'm not even on the left stick right now. I'm hovering over it, and it just.
I can assure you, I've got one hand on my controller and it's not touching that button or that stick.
Like, if anything,
Yeah.
I'm holding it in the other hand over the right stick in case there's a quick fucking pass. I'm just like, doof.
Oh, great. Neil's in here. Let's see. Either Gatno or Shikutami will go all the way in the C. Okay, PSN take there.
Puck's definitely behind me.
Heroic Duck. Elite Dad Bod. Thanks, Duck. Appreciate that.
Thank you for the
Quack.
subscription there, Wicked.
Yeah. Canadian Gamer. Gazelle needs to just be better. Thanks, Gamer. Appreciate that. Why is there trades in queue? Go get it done.
Hey, I don't know if you heard his shout out, but he did say he played for the Screaming Eagles. That was your team?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
What team?
Gamer's team was Cape Breton.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was, but that was Xbox though, years ago.
Get with the
years ago.
program, ACG.
This man.
Oh my lord. I'll make your
All right.
eagle scream.
Let's see. Xbox CHL stat leaders are lower than PSN CHL leaders.
That's
Find the
fair.
skill levels higher on Xbox.
It's true because
Okay,
like I've seen like when Boyle was in the PlayStation CHL, he put up like 210 points. Oh
Really?
Yeah. Him and fuck, who was it? I remember it like vividly because I was in the NHL and I was keeping track of it, and it was just like they went like 24-0 and he had like 210 points, and like his line mate had like 187.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. It was stupid, and they got knocked out second round because they had nobody else except those two guys.
Yeah,
is
Boyley
insane.
had 103 goals in season 14.
Yeah, that's the one. Who was his? Go check to see who his other line mate was. His two line mates.
I'm sorry. Career playoff goals and the PSN is held by Twitch Billy.
No.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
CHL, yes.
Twitch Billy's ran some really good teams on PlayStation. He's gone to the men finals. Like, he's a guy who plays the game a lot. Like he's elite 3, I believe, in drop-ins. He's got like 35,000 RP in drop-ins.
Buck and Batty, this is going to be a good question for you guys. From Michiganja.
Oh.
I love that. Michigan JA. That's great.
Yeah.
Michiganja. Who are the best teams in the CHL on Xbox this season?
Kingston, Sault Ste. Marie, Seattle, Kamloops. I hate to toot our own horn, but Kitchener. No, especially that we're fucking heating. Like, we've played well all season, but like we're heating up as a team, as like in the chat and everything. Like we're all like jumping on board, and like everyone's like, okay, let's like we're taking it serious.
Everyone's buying in.
Yeah, starting to buy in.
More
Holy
active second tags on PSN, I guarantee it.
Okay, hey Buck. Boyley played with Nim.
That's who it was. Yeah, Nim Boyle. It was their
Listen to
esports
this,
team.
Gazelle. 171 points in 24 games.
Was every
plus
game
145.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh man, they blew teams out like 17-1, 18. Like they legit had like 45-point weeks. It's like you played.
That
Not
is
even.
ridiculous.
Yeah, like I remember following that because I was on Winnipeg on season 14. I'm pretty sure I was with Dangs, and I was just like, I almost want you to tank so we can pick one of these guys first in the draft.
No kidding. My God, dude. Were those guys prospects? Is that?
Yeah.
Like how they,
They-
did. Okay,
they
I
were-
was gonna
well,
say, how did they not get called
They
up?
were esports guys that came to the LGHL.
Yeah, and they were prospects though.
Yeah, and
on
I'm pretty
PlayStation
sure
side.
Boyley
Okay.
plays for played for one of the top teams now. Like, I've seen him up there with like I don't know what team he's on, but like I've seen him play up there with like guys like Composure and Vertigo and all those teams.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dude's unreal.
Okay.
I think he played with one of the French teams actually. So.
45 points in 1 week though. That's
Yeah,
fucking
it makes
insane.
they were hardcore and like they were just players, but like they were hardcore scrub hunting too. But like
I mean, dude, that's more than
That's
some
what
guys
was
get in a
thinking.
season. And these guys grabbed it in 3 games. Like, that's nuts.
yeah, there you go. But it was with resilience. That makes sense. That's the French squad. So
Tri-City gonna take the 8th seed. What? Okay,
yo,
that's actually.
yes.
Let's take a look at that. We did not look at that. Let's see how they.
They're
did
they're
here.
already ahead of Peterborough. They're 10-35, and Peterborough's 8-33-2, or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, they're only 27
8-35-2.
points out of a playoff spot right now with 3 weeks to go.
Yep. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna make it, but they're gonna make it interesting.
Yeah. What's their last 10? What's their record in 10?
6-4.
Going positive each week.
Yeah, they were
Like,
they were 5-4 both weeks.
that's insane.
Yeah, you won't make it, but you'll make it interesting. I'll tell you that, because like the bottom of your conference isn't very good. I'm
Crazy.
sorry to say it, but the West, like WHL West, is not very good. Like
Hold on.
there's the
I'll
top
show you
4
guys all.
teams, and then
Interesting.
and then the WHL East is like the whole conference wide is like, we're gonna float by.
Eh.
Hey, that's my team.
Yeah.
We float. All right, hold on. I just have to show you guys this because this might be broken. I don't know. You tell me.
I need to hear this broken thing now.
Let's take a look.
I sent it in the chat.
Oh,
All right.
she always has to send
Short-handed goals, 257 in their career by Swifty.
single
season,
256.
That might be broken.
Swifty, if you're watching the show, well, congratulations on holding the weirdest and most broken CHL stat of all time.
That is epic.
256 short-handed goals in one season.
We got some really great names in the CHL.
Record book.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
sure
got
Poopy Snoopy's in there.
Roland fucking J
Most
with
points.
the regular season career goals.
He's got the most points too.
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah. Over 1,000. Over like 1,500, I believe, actually.
Yeah, he passed Edgar 2 seasons ago. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
So, all right. I don't know. Did you guys see any other questions roll in from
I
chat?
did not.
All right.
Hold on. I do want to mention one thing. Girl, I have 2 things to do on this show before I leave.
Okay, go for it.
One is to excite Slow Gazelle.
Oh yes.
Oh, so
Your
you made a
eyes pop out
trade?
No.
Oh, you made a trade.
No. One thing. Oh man, I lost my train of thought.
Damn.
Did I? No, Facsetti. How does it feel to have a trade note in your own
Oh my
in a
god.
trade with you included that says that there's an agreement about egoing?
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So it straight up says both teams have agreed to reverse the trade if any ego issues arrive.
Fucking Facsetti, the ego.
And it's just Facsetti at the trade?
No,
Like
it's
from his side?
Notorious NHL
He's
and
one of
Facsetti for Carl Amazing and Heiskanen.
Isn't that incredible?
And like the best part is like Facsetti was like done with playing for bad teams and got turned into a team that's even lower in the standings.
Wow.
Sadie,
That's-
if we wouldn't let in 100 goals a game, I'd say let's play together, but my thumbs are too bad.
I think
Sonny says
Fassetti
I
needs
was
a.
so
I think
tempted.
Fassetti needs to have a run with Mr. Crooked. D partners. They
Yes.
might win some games for the Peterborough Petes and get Dusty Glove his first win.
There you go.
No, no.
I can't believe that he doesn't have a win, dude. As the AGM
2.25 mil G
and
contract.
the goalie, like, that's unreal. I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Yes, it is. Vatty, we need to see sexy cow.
I gotta call out. This is primarily for if he's still in the chat. Oh, he's not.
Hobo.
Hobo's not here. I don't think.
He said he was leaving because he didn't want to see our faces anymore.
Hold on. He says it's still in here. I gotta tag him.
Hobo,
Oh,
he needs to tighten as well.
Yes, he is. All right. When he responds, I'll do the dance. You guys sign off and.
I don't have anything to say really. It was a longer show tonight, but we started late, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Sadie, this is for you. Okay. I'm just gonna show you this.
Oh, here it comes.
All right. So first of all, you gotta gyrate your body a little bit. Oh, my dog came in here. I can't. That's Loot X.
A little
That's
bit
Loot
of
X.
gyrating. Oh my god.
Oh no, Chunk
That's
is
awesome.
gonna come and get you.
Well, guys, the only thing I gotta say, thank you so much for coming to the stream, hanging out,
Eddie,
asking
what is happening?
questions, bringing us topics.
Oh man.
Everyone that's joined the Discord and brought us topics to discuss and stuff. We appreciate that. Keep them coming. Thanks again for stopping by the show, guys. Really appreciate it. That's a great emote you got there, by the way, Hughes.
Yeah.
It must be some kind of male model that's based on.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Just as good as the Slogazell chug, beer chug.
Yeah, it's about as good as that one.
It's like straight
So,
up. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week, and we'll see you then. Have a good night.